After having three kids, I had just accepted and told myself I was a bad sleeper. And going through perimenopause, it just increased. But that was all a lie, actually. Hi, I'm Annie Vinya, and I'm an integrative health practitioner, yoga and meditation teacher, and I help people feel good. As simple as that sounds, it's actually just what we want and need. It's just that simple feeling good every day. If you want to grab a hold of my free book, you can find the links below for Feel Good Every Day, the free book. Here's the thing about sleep. We wear it as a badge of honor. We say, oh, I'll just sleep when I'm dead. And I was proud of being a bad sleeper. I had three kids, three dogs. So I'd gotten to the point where I had trained myself to be constantly on call 24/7. And that was definitely needed when they're little. And if you have kids or puppies or kittens, you get it, right? You have one ear always alert in case you're needed. My kids are teenagers now, and I definitely don't have puppies. I have three older dogs. But every night, no matter what, I was getting pulled awake, not so much the falling asleep, but pulled awake because of a dog collar jingling or a scratching or thinking it was a kid who needed me or something was going on where I needed to be alert and awake. And again, I went back to holding it as a badge of honor. Like, I will just push through. I'll drink the 20 cups of coffee. I will do whatever I need to do. And yes, I am that much of a person that hustles and I'm grinding and I'm living the culture and the dream of pushing through the tiredness and the exhaustion and living off of cortisol and not regulating my nervous system, even though I'm telling everyone else to, because it didn't really matter what I did, I was still exhausted. And then about 2 years ago, we were visiting New York. And as if you've been to New York City, that city noise, or maybe even San Francisco or Chicago, if you're staying and sleeping in the city, there's the constant city noise, right? The ambulances and the police sirens and the people yelling and screaming and people are playing music, the cars, etc., right? And I thought, this is ridiculous. I need to just sleep. We're on vacation. I'm supposed to be able to like sleep. I'm not at home with the dogs. And so on my phone, I put up some white noise and I thought, why don't I do this at home? And it worked really well. So then we came home and we started working on speakers and using Spotify, which I have a subscription to, and finding a 10-hour box white noise fanned music playlist that will just constantly run the white noise for 10 hours. And we hooked it up to the speaker. And over the last couple of years, we've had to figure out placements as we've moved and different speakers, etc. But honestly, that has been a game changer as far as hearing, or I should say, not hearing the dog scratches, the dog collars, the little creaks and cracks the house makes, even a bad storm, because we do get monsoons here in Arizona. And I don't hear a lot of it. And that has been, like I said, a game changer. And now the other thing that's really helped me fall asleep, and you're going to laugh at the story. I laugh at myself. My husband bought a sleep mask and I laughed at him. And honestly, it was like the universe said, yeah, okay, rein in that ego. Because I was like, oh, that's so bougie. That's not me. Like, I'm not that person. I'm just going to embrace everything I talked about before, right? The exhaustion, all the things. That's not going to work for me either. How can a simple sleep mask make it difference? Okay, I'm here to say and be honest that it actually was a game changer. And I should have just accepted that I am that person. And then to bat it, I actually even bought a sleep mask that's like 100% silk because I got to protect my skin and if it's on my face, all these things. It's so ridiculous. But honestly, we moved into a rental after we moved from Wilmington, North Carolina, back to Phoenix, Arizona area. And we moved into a rental that has a ton of light. And there's no matter what I do, I can't get it to be completely dark in our room. And it was waking me up and it just never felt like that warm envelope of darkness, trying to go to sleep or stay asleep, all the things, right? And so I finally gave in. I bought the sleep mask because you get to a point where you're like, I am done and I need to change something. And I've tried so many things. And so I bought the sleep mask, and honestly, it's amazing. I put it on. It's really comfortable. If you want the brand name, let me know. I'll send it to you. And I got it off of Amazon, but it's so simple, easy, cheap. And I think back to all these things I told myself, that it was okay to just be a bad sleeper, that I didn't need a lot of sleep, that I could just push through. Oh, I'll just have more coffee, it'll be fine. Or maybe I'll get a nap, which never happened. And I just kept telling myself all these things and steadily getting more grumpy, more moody. And my whole being wants to show up for the people I love and be there for them and not be that cranky, exhausted, moody person. Like, who wants to live with that? No one. So I was doing all these things to try to be there for them when I was exhausted, and yet I was being this person that I never ever wanted to be for them. And buying these two cheap, simple things were just such game changers and has changed my sleep. And honestly, there's been a couple other things that I'll go into in another episode, like a few simple supplements. But honestly, these two have been far above and beyond complete game changers. And so I realized it was more of an environment problem rather than a me problem. And that helped a lot too. Like, we all need sleep. We all need a certain amount of sleep too. And while some people need less than others or are better pushing through tiredness than others, we all still need a good amount of sleep. And if you're living off of 2 hours, that is not enough. And I'm here to tell you that will seriously ruin your health, your mind, your body, your spirit. And if you start thinking about an environment that you can control, because that's much easier to control than trying to figure out how to change your entire person. And protecting that environment for you, because you are worthy, going back to that mindset we talked about last week, you are worthy and able to get a good night's sleep. Then treat it like an environment problem. Look at how you can make your room darker, quieter. So not only you go to sleep easier, but that you also stay asleep easier. There's so many protocols and routines out there to get to sleep, and those are all valid and worth it. But if you're being pulled awake constantly, or if there's environment issues, control that as much as you can, right? Anyway, I hope that this episode helped you. You feel like maybe you can go out now and the simple things. Yeah, I'm giving you permission to go out and be bougie like me and buy the sleep mask. Get the white noise. It's simple. It's cheap. And hopefully your sleep improves a lot. All right. Take care. Bye.